Hello, welcome to another Ready Aim Roll video. Today we are once again on a mega janky filming setup. So I slightly adjust one of the legs on the tripod, which can only mean one thing. We've got a new starter box to show off. A little slight zoom in, there we go. Yeah, I managed to get my hands on Skaventide, which, oh my god, this box is massive. Yeah. So I thought, seeing as we did the 40k box last year, let's do the Age of Sigmar one this year. Main difference being, I don't have nearly as much nostalgia for the armies in this box as I did for the Tyranids last year. I have a little bit of nostalgia for Skaven, just because they were an army that was around, when I was getting into 40k, and obviously by extension would have had some experience seeing on the opposite side of the store when I was in buying my space nonsense. So yeah, and also I have fond memories of playing Vermintide and Vermintide 2, so I like me some rats. Yeah. Which, yeah. Did you know there are 60 different types of rat, or at least around 60? The sources I looked up have slightly different numbers, but yeah, lots of different types of rat around the world. I don't think any of them are quite as weird looking as this, though. Yeah, those rats have clothes on them. I don't think any of the rats that inhabit our world wear clothes or speak, for that matter. Though rats can be taught to do tricks and even learn their names. So pop the lid off. You get 74 minis in this box, which is a little bit alarming. You get the core rulebook for Age of Sigmar 4th edition. You get this rad piece of art, for one thing. Which I know I've got the light on this camera, so I can film things properly. But yeah, nice piece of art. I approve. Put that there. Yeah. You get some of these. I can never remember the name of what is what, so I am probably going to get a lot of this wrong, especially for the Stormcast side. But yeah, you get 10 of these, I believe. So I think these are, I want to say that these are Vigilators. Really nice. Like these are obviously the updated versions that are in the, I think it's called Thunderstrike armor, the armor that was introduced in last edition with Indrasta and all of those lot. But yeah, slightly more realistically proportioned, thinner but still chunky. Like they still look like they're wearing huge suits of armor. You get these flying guys, which also look fucking rad. I've only just realised that normally I do Ah! I realise that I normally do the minis last, because obviously that's what people come here for. I want to say that these are prosecutors or something. That's what caught me. So there are spikes on the tops of the wings. Let's see if I can. These bastards there, that just caught my thumb. It's left a little bit of a mark. Nothing obviously serious, but damn. I thought these were a beginner-friendly army. Would have been nice to not get any injuries from them. You get to show off a little bit of the ratty side. You get 3 rat ogres. These look fucking cool. I can't wait to show these off when they're assembled. Among the 60 described species of rat is the black rat, with the scientific name Rattus ratus. A rat so cool they clearly decided to name it twice. No need to clap, I am here a week. Just quite quickly, get the other half of your standard infantry dudes that can be either assembled either with twin hammers or the more classic hammer and shield loadout. I don't know if there's a specific what's the word? I don't know if there are specific stats for either, or if it's just they've got hammers. I assume there's a loadout for each individual set. Does it say? No, it does not say what this mini is called, because it never does. This is your main hero character. I almost said HQ then. I am very much a 40k player mostly, so you will forgive the 40k-isms that I occasionally spew out. But yeah, I can't remember the name of the character, but I know I'm fairly sure the thing he's riding is called a law beast. It's sort of I guess a giant mutated rat crossed with like a wolf or something. So yeah, very cool. As you can see, got some nice integrated terrain, which is always fun for these big character minis. And then we've got a Lord something or other on Griff Charger, I want to say. Again, really nice mini. Obviously, it's to be expected that the minis are nice from Games Workshop nowadays. Yeah, really detailed plastic miniatures. Personally looking forward to painting up that axe there. It's going to be interesting painting that fire effect. I know I want to go for a colour that isn't just normal fire. I've just obviously those are bases. You get here your sort of double HQ sprue that tends to come in these, where one half is your good side and one side is your bad side, in this case being, I want to say it's the Lord Relictant, with a Griff Crow is what I think that is. The top of the sprue here, I think that's called a Griff Crow, just because it's slightly more crow-like than the standard Griffhounds that the Stormcast tend to use. I didn't show off the other side. How rude of me. And on the other side, we have the Warlock Engineer. I know it's Warlock, but everything in me wants to say Warplock. Partly because I think that's what they used to be called. Is that everything? Warplock Engine Seer. Yep, you get the Warplock Engine Seer, and I think your Grey Seer as well on this half of the sprue. It's really nice sprue, actually. How are we doing for time? 12 minutes. Okay. And this is your Rattling Gun. I think this is all one sprue for the Rattling Gun, which is nice. Plenty of fun little details to paint up. Bits of warpstone, lots of rats, obviously. Yeah, I can't. The Stormcast side has definitely grown on me, but the rats, I love them to bits. These are the Warplock Gisele's sort of ranged sniper unit for the Skaven. I was trying to think of another rat fact for you folks, but I couldn't think of one that fit. I just think rats are kind of neat. I love them to bits. I applied for a job in my local Games Workshop store a while back. I say a while back, about a month ago. Obviously, I didn't get the job, but knowing that this box was coming out, I actually prepped a load of rat facts to spring on particularly younger kids who might need their attention to be snapped back into the moment a little bit. And I just had all these rat facts sitting around, so I was like, whether I use them there or here, I'm sort of glad I researched them, even though I've forgotten a good chunk of them. Yeah, this is the sort of, I think, veteran equivalent squad for your Stormcast, because a part of the lore for them this edition is the fact that every time they get reforged and called down to Earth, they lose a bit of their humanity, and as such, after a while, they will have these weird sort of human attendants hanging around with them, basically reminding them of who they were, with basically their memories written down on parchment. Like these guys are almost have dementia-like symptoms, but they also happen to be super powerful uh, near immortal warriors. And finally, almost finally anyway, for the miniatures, we have two sprues. I think they're identical. Two, if I flip them upside down like that, yes, these two sprues are identical of your clan rats. Funny enough, the I think it's called a collective noun. The collective noun for a group of rats is a mischief, which I think is fucking delightful and also quite apt, because rats do tend to be mischievous little buggers, and I fucking love them. Of course, rats are quite social creatures, so if you do get them as pets, it is advised that you get at least two. Also, finally, you have a sprue of scenery, which, on one hand, I think this is great. I would have liked more, but of course, this is good that we actually get this much scenery. It is also quite good for the Spearhead game mode that is being introduced with this edition, and oh my god, there's a burning brazier or something and it pokes the shit out of you. Also, I know I pulled them out earlier, but 70 odd spaces. And another base. You also get another copy of this wonderful piece of art, where you don't know whose art it is, because Games Workshop do not credit their artists properly. You also get more bases. Lots more bases. And a thing. I think this is like the campaign they did last year for 10th Ed. Might try and get involved with this, which is why I haven't shown you the other side. Not that I expect to get anything out of it, because I know there is a prize attached to it. But yeah. Finally, to finish off this awesome box, we get lots and lots of gubbins to add to the collection. How are we doing for time? Nearly 20 minutes. Okay. Come on. Down, like, on one hand, I'm glad they decided to forego plastic wrapping for their, like, extras, like their books and their cards and stuff, because obviously there's already enough plastic in the boxes as it is, and the world's sort of fucked. So we need to, so minimizing as much plastic as you can is always good. There we go. Much like the presentation from the termination box, Da-na-na-na-na-na. All your stuff is kept in a little sort of slipcase looking thing with like the AOS key art on it. And in this we get two decks. That I don't know what either of these are. So so this will be the I think they're called twist decks. The twist decks for the Spearhead game mode. Obviously that's for the Akshai battle mat. And the next one will be for the Gairan, I want to say. So I think these are sort of, yeah, they add slight complications to your games, so they're a little bit different each time you play, which I think is quite nice. Just obviously adds a little bit of replayability to a game, which obviously I'm always a big fan of, because it means you're getting your money's worth. As well as that, you get your General's Handbook 2024 and 2025 cards, which are here. I assume these are similar to the mission deck in 40k, except these are a little bit bigger. Let's see if I can sort of give my camera a reach round without knocking the camera off, because it's so very precariously perched. Yeah, that's very similar, yes, to the mission decks for 40k, both the Leviathan one that came in the Leviathan box, and obviously was later released separately. And also the more recent what's it called? The Brian Axis box, not box, mission deck that was released like a month or two ago. Also, finally, you get a playboard for your for the Spearhead game mode. I won't unfold all of this, but I believe it is roughly around the same size as the Warcry and Kill Team boards, and also instructions. And finally, if I can get this, this is going to be a two-hand job. That's what she said. Good Lord, that is a good chunk of the box in terms of weight. So yeah, let's try and do it. Ooh, okay, you can just do it that way. That's very nice. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them back in this little envelope though, which is a shame. However, it was nice that I was able to do that without ripping the packaging. And get your two books. Core book and the Spearhead Fire and Jade book, which goes through the various faction rules for the Spearhead game mode, which seems to be somewhat similar in terms of the reason for existing anyway to the Combat Patrol game mode for 40k. So from what I've heard from rumblings online anyway, this game mode is a lot better both as a quicker alternative to standard AOS and also a great learning aid for newer players. So yeah, you also get really nice alternative covers. That's not going to fit, so just going to do that. Yeah, let's get a look up close and personal. I don't think this is going to be the cover. I don't know if this will be the cover art when we actually get to the main release. But I really like this cover art. It's really nice, and I think it's also quite a nice distinction for like the very much game heavy book, game focused book, to have miniatures on the front of it instead of artwork. Again, I don't know if this will be anything like the artwork for the book when it comes out, you know, for general release, but I think this is quite a nice approach. It's very much, hey, here, this is the book you need, you know, for the miniatures game. I mean, obviously, you need this book too, but especially if you want the Spearhead stuff. But yeah, I will endeavour to try and get individual flip through reviews of both of these books individually, should I find the time and energy to do so. So that might take a while because both of those are in short supply for me. My brain's a little bit cooked even right now. And I'm trying to get the books back into this thing. That's not happening, I don't think. So I am going to sign off there, I think. Thank you ever so much for watching this slightly weird, awkward, rambly video. Drop it in the comments. Are you excited for this edition of Age of Sigmar? Are you, like me, somewhat new to Age of Sigmar? Are you jumping in for the first time now, or have you been going for a while, or even since the first edition of this game came out? Like I said, almost 10 years ago now, or possibly even longer. Are you an old world player, or formerly fantasy? And what army in this box are you most excited for? Let me know. Comments, as always. I love to hear from folks. And also, I don't like to say this often, but seeing as we have had quite a large influx of people into the channel as of late, we do have a Patreon. So if that interests you, if you want to throw £1 or £2 in our direction to help fund this hobby, and also possibly getting a new mic, because that is a consistent complaint on this channel, and I hear it and I understand it. It is just, good audio is hard. Well, it's not hard to get hold of, it's just expensive. And for now, I'm literally just using a microphone from a set of in-ear headphones. Anyway, I'm done rambling. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, yada yada. But yeah, hopefully I will see you on the battlefield. Take care of yourselves and have a lovely day.